Hey guys, how's everything going? Um, really trying to indulge in trying to benefit the science community, astrophysics community, um, mobile community, humanitarian, global community, just to help jumpstart or just consciously help people become aware because a lot of these things that I'm touching, going to touch subject or base or ground on, I have no idea. But I think that the fact that there's someone out there that can is actually huge and awesome. So these are just pages in this book that I have, a notebook, but talking about black holes perhaps being a star line with a pendulum, because there's something about kinetics and the universe that makes it have its longevity. So I think that kinetics, you think of life as a line. Say you have a line, this is squiggly to your life. You stretch your line, does it give longevity of life? That's kind of my thesis. That's kind of the whole thing that keeps me going is like kinetical wise and energy wise. If you give yourself more energy, you probably might be able to sustain life in a more better way. This is another page that I have. Just talking about the pendulum. And it says, you're not great. You learn from others. Noble man. Between humble and humility. But the pendulum with kinetic energy. Now, a thing that was interesting that I learned was that the pendulum will stop if you barely give it a little energy, go back and forth and stop. But you give it greater energy, a greater lift, it'll have greater longevity and go longer. So that was my thoughts on that. And then this is just like an MC squared equation with something for like planetary travel. I was thinking originally when I first got on the subject, a magnet that would attract you to a central point, going into somewhere, reversing the magnet, and then going to say Mars or something. A tube that would get you somewhere, and then magnet back. It's kind of a concept that someone even in this unit talked about, like an elevator, but this is not more of an elevator. This is the actual constructual connection between the two planets. And I was thinking about that. A bridge construct, time and effort get you there, but to construct the bridge, you'd have something that would go. Oh, AI is very good at specific tasks, it says. So you get an AI that can build upward and build a concrete cylinder like structure that's thick and sound and give it a time to cool. But you have this thing that a feeder that goes out and it's kind of like a gyro or something that spins. These are just some models I had towards the bridge to another planet, but I'm not sure. I actually have some notes on that. Open cooling, incline, implement, wall connect, advancements, spatial temps, floor pushers, gyro wall, glass thickness, temp records if necessary. Maybe have infrared on it so you know when it's solidified in a good structure. But you have an AI or something that would build to a specific point, and then have closed shutters. And then on that closed shutter is a thing that almost like a duplication of a bridge. But that's just takes time with planetary um, thinking. But if we can longevitize life with kinetic energy, I think that you'd be able to do that. I think a study with kinetic energy and longevity of life, you take fruits and see stationary fruit to traveling fruit, or you take an organism that has a smaller lifespan and just travel with it. See if it has a longer lifespan traveling. So if there's something that lasts like a year or 2 years, see how long it lasts in a car. Just obviously care and love. I don't know. Just something about kinetics makes me feel like you could supercharge your cells, and if you supercharge your cells, you have more energy. You have more energy, you can withstand life in a longer run. That and then you can start thinking about these spatial things. This is just my space book, but I have a couple other journals. Not too many, but I have a couple proposals about how you make this bridge to another planet. This one's a little different. This one has like a corner subject, kind of like a corner that would fuel or lead the thing for the structure to fill, and the thing that the corner would be an element to help things. I'm not sure. It says to remember this idea for other things, but that's good. It's just a proposal. A lot of these ideas I have, volcanic fill idea, that's another idea I have. I'm not sure if the first idea, the second idea, the third idea would even be the best, but that one is just like you let the material come out on the sides, and then you have a structure that eventually could be a bridge. You insert fuel in the specific thing and let it shoot out and dry off. Volcanic fill idea, and with some notes on that. And then I was thinking about if the eventual build were to reach Mars, what would you want to do? And I say you probably want to build it a little bit into the terrain of the planet. Because the orbits sometimes get misaligned. So, and you wouldn't want it to be straight shot on like towards the equator or middle wise. You probably want it to be more arced like a rainbow, forward or bottom. Say eventual build reaches Mars. Wherever Mars is, you see it every night. Not to destroy. Langton on Earth, Mars, solution, push and pull. Having that opportunity to make the tunnel, but I was thinking of once you have this tunnel, you have suit magnets. Once you have those suit magnets, they'll get you to that central point for planetary travel. Wall push, open wall, A to B, back to forth, double magnet suit, front and back. A lot of it's kind of hard to explain, so I'm going to just continue. I was thinking astronomic scuba diver. I was thinking of maybe a helium suit or oxygen, perhaps. I'm not sure. Atmospheric layering, Saturn's rings. That's just thinking about magnetism of the universe. Sound, sonar, echolocation, material, vibrate, space, and dolphin. Kinetic energy. All of these kind of can go in depth more, but I'm just kind of getting this out there just for the scientific community to just talk about it. The frequency of metals, frequency magnetism, sympathetic resonance, the heavenly trumpet, the elevator idea or the magnet idea, the tunnel in general, the magnetism tunnel. I wrote Jupiter core, magnet layer, layered material, Earth's moon, Earth's core, Mars moon, Mars core. Maybe that has something to do with the suit or the magnetized suit for you to travel through that tunnel. The material for the wall. I'm not sure. Tunnel creation leads way for magnetized aircrafts, magnet line, push pull for speed. What this means essentially is that once you have a tunnel that can go planetary, you can build a craft that is magnetized for the tracks to travel that distance. So I thought that was just a wonderful concept, to travel from A to B. But you'd have this mode of travel, the tube. But on top of that, on top of the tube, you'd have the craft, which would be able to travel at a much, much greater speed. Coated wall tunnel with a magnetized metal. So eventually, if you have a structured wall, coat the wall with a metal. Point for a supply for magnetic track. Visit Mars. Material would be more on material-based discovered planet. So Mars magnetism would be crucial if you were to build a constructualized bridge between the planets. Bullet train concept, planet train implementation, A to B, fast, bridges track to planet train. First, you got to make the train track before you make the train. That's kind of that concept. And then asteroid magnetic musical, asteroid formation of planets. So it was just basically with that is like kind of like the Voyager playing music, like something about sounding something to attract materials. And I was thinking about the asteroid belt. But heaven trumpet, washout, drain concept, harmful material washout, Voyager, sympathetic resonance, chemistry bonding, alchemy, H2O, atmosphere, Earth core. I was putting penny water drops. You drop water drops on the penny, it has magnetism and stays together. Make cloud. H2O, atmosphere, make clouds. Mirror. So this is a concept that I'm not sure if the scientific community would accept or not, but it makes me think of a top heavy ring. You settle it down, it's going to gravitationally fall on its ring. But you have two barbells, and then if you have two barbells, it's going to be equal on that plane. So I was thinking maybe we have satellites circling Earth. What if you were to leave a satellite stationary? Would another Earth arrive in its orbit? Is there a mirror to the sun with a barbell? Because how does the Earth? You think of just the orbits of the planets. If they were all to go to one side, it'd be kind of top heavy, right? But what if these orbits, because they're so cylindered around, have a barbell to them, an equilateral part? But I'm not sure. That's just physics. A mirror is balance possibility, and then I put a ring leans. You think of an equilateral. It has its point, but it has equal points on it. So Jupiter. I can always talk about my notes, but I think I'll just tell you what it says. Jupiter, supermassive black hole, baby in mother's womb. Gas planets could bridge. Heat lamp in and out. All planets are habitable. Birth is light, inside or outside. So I'm not sure what I was on that, but just like mentally. Magnetic properties, flare ejection elevator, roller coaster concept, start stop. How do the banks do it? A to B. Button push travel, magnet process, water makes cells clean. So I just have that on this page. Trying to find the most effective means for that tunnel. And I'd say not this one, not that one, not that one, but probably that pattern would be the best one. But that's just me. This is for people. So people to contemplate, for people to in the community to postulate upon. Because if they postulate upon it, then you find solutions. Metals, elements, core, and water. Now this is where it gets fun.